This is a video response to an email I got from a college professor teaching an introductory psychology course. I always felt different as a child. I was more creative and artistic than athletic. I always felt I was on a quest to find something that I felt the Christian God had made specially for me to do or to be. As a child, I had crushes on neighbor girls, girls at church, and even the neighbor boys' older sisters. I didn't realize they were crushes. To me, I wanted to be friends, but more with other girls. In junior high, I questioned my sexual orientation for the first time. But at that time, because of social pressures from my family, my friends, my church, and so on, I thought I was straight. But those feelings of wanting to connect with another woman only grew stronger with time, and when I was 15, and with a lot of tears and pain and confusion, I started to come out to myself. At that point, I was nowhere near ready to even admit that I liked girls. But I was at least open to myself, open to the idea that I could like girls. Over the next few years, I pushed the heterosexual bullshit, as I called it, out of my head. I mean, do you realize how many heterosexual images kids actually get in a small town? I mean, aside from, like, television shows, people walking down the street, and so on, heterosexual images are everywhere. And if that's all you grow up with, and that's all that is there, you think you're a freak. And I mean, aside from a few images on television, I didn't actually get any images other than heterosexuality. And what images of homosexuals I did get from my family and my friends and people around me were very negative. I was completely cut off from my own people, from the gay culture. Worse yet, the people around me were telling me that gay people were dirty, disgusting, ignorant, and basically big disease-carrying monsters. In what other culture does this happen? In what other culture do people, especially in small areas, conservative areas, get told that that culture either does not exist or is so evil and nasty that if you even start to go near it or start to explore it, automatically you're assumed to be a bad person. Even if you are one of the most moral people around, where you don't lie, cheat, steal, or be mean to people, you're automatically assumed to be very bad if you happen to be attracted to a member of the same sex or a member of both sexes. So, I mean, if you're born that way and people raise you and teach you to think that you're so nasty, what will that do to your self-image? It'll make you feel really bad about yourself and think really bad about yourself. But obviously, I got through all this. And I worked through all of this and was able to love myself again. Because when I was 15 or so, when I was a preteen, I felt like I was just this dirty, nasty, evil person just because I like girls. Just because my future partner would happen to be a person who I can shop in the same shoe department with. I didn't lie, cheat, steal. I tried to get good grades. I tried to be a good kid. But I was this evil person. I was this evil thing just because I would never go on to have reproductive sex. Even though I was not even thinking about the sex at that point. I was thinking about, ooh, I want to hold a girl's hand. Or to kiss a girl. So obviously I worked through that. While I was working through it, I hated myself. Because of the negative images and the ideas I got that were associated with the gay community from the people around me. But by my senior year of high school, I came out to my parents with mixed reviews, which I will not go into. I came out to my best friend in high school, and she became my best ally, my best straight supporter. She's as straight as an arrow, but she was like, you know what, that's cool. I still love you. You're still my best friend. And I honestly think that our relationship as friends has grown a whole lot stronger. Because now she goes to the gay bars with me and we hang out. Whenever I see her, she lives in a different state now, but still. I officially marked my coming out day as the day after I graduated high school. That was the day I was no longer going to hide or deny who I was. A couple of things that this college professor had noted in her email to me was that some of her students thought lesbians specifically were the result of victimization by men. Well, not in my case. I was never raped, molested, beaten, or abused in any way by any men in my life. I mean, I had a strong, dominant father and a relatively submissive mother, even though their relationship, especially as I grew older, got more and more egalitarian, so that they were equals, and they balanced each other out. Especially now as a 20-something, I can really see that balance in them. And while, given my dad's a bonehead sometimes, and my mother cannot sometimes see the things that my dad sees, they have a very equal relationship, and they balance each other out. One thing that some people talk about, that some people fail to recognize, is why would somebody choose to be part of a group that is hated? I wouldn't choose to be part of a minority group that has such a negative image associated with it. If I wasn't born this way, why in the heck would I be it? Why in the heck would anybody purposely choose to be part of a group where they could be rejected by their family, their friends, their religion, their peer group, and possibly killed? Furthermore, flat out discriminated against. Up till 2006 or something, up to 2006 or so, and if it was not for an executive order put in place by the governor in my home state, Ohio, I could be flat out fired from my job for being gay. I could be not hired. My girlfriend and I still face the risk of being thrown out of our apartment, or people not leasing an apartment to us because we are a same-sex couple. And, I mean, if I wasn't working for a good company right now, I might not be able to get health benefits for my significant other. I might not be able to get time off to take care of her in the hospital. If and when we get married, of course. I can't even get married. I cannot get legally bound to my significant other, except for in 6 states, and a handful of other states that acknowledge civil unions. Who would choose to be discriminated against? Who would flat out choose to be something that everybody else hates? Why would anybody choose to become a monster? I was born this way. I wouldn't choose to be in a situation where I was hated for being what I am. But within this, my parents taught me to stand up for what's right, and to fight for it. Fight for what you believe in. And what is right is for one consenting adult to not hate themselves for wanting to join into a relationship with another consenting adult whom they care for and love, and for them to be loved in that special way that only partners can be. Beyond that, what harm does it do? Honestly, you have 2 consenting adults who cannot reproduce, and the planet is overpopulated. So how is a couple made of consenting adults who are happy together, or who are satisfied with their relationship, how does that impact the world negatively? Just some ideas. I hope this helps, and I hope this opens up a few eyes. Take care. Peace.